Alright, welcome back for our computer literacy and security. And today we are going to take a look at how to shut down a computer or put a computer to sleep or switch a user account or any other activity that you want to do. You can do it on your system. So let's see how you can switch a user account. In every computer or every Windows has a format of for switching of account. So if I come to start button, the start button already said that the start button contains a word of programs and other activities. So if I can see this button in here. Every kind of symbol has this, and every system has the same symbol, whether it could be a laptop or whatever. It has the symbols in there. So when you click on it, it gives you access of what shutting down the system, restarting the system, or sleep, put the system into a sleep. So you have access to what to do all those activities. So if you want to restart, I choose this. But put it in mind that if I choose restart, the system will go off, and I have to restart the recordings of this video again. So I won't put it that I'll just go through other features. The same thing happens with the shutdown. It turns off the system off. And if I even switch the user account to another one, I'll still have a problem with it. Now if I come to settings, settings also has a different activities that gives me access to to do on the system. So these are the things that I can do. The same thing, you can see them at the control panel. If you go to control panel, you see almost all these things in there. So if you go to start, if you are using Windows 10, these things you can find it in there. But if you are using Windows 7, you may find it a different method. So if I choose the settings, these are the settings activities that comes. Whether if I want to update my system, I will choose the update from here. If I want to upgrade my Cortana, search, easy access, account, time settings, gaming, application, personalized network and stuff, all these things I can use them. So I'll just go back and choose other activities. So I have pictures in here. If I want to watch my pictures, I can find it here. Document, I can find it. Then my user account, the name that I'm using. So if I click on the account that I'm using, I'll have additional ones, which is Esther, Anycom, and Godwin. So all these accounts are there. So if I want to switch, I just have to click on the one that I want to switch. So if I click, as I made mention, the video recording will stop. So I won't click on any of the options, but I'm just giving you the idea that you have access to do switching of account. Even Windows 7, you have a different format. So you just have to be careful on any of the Windows that you are using. The Windows that you are using will determine where you can get all those stuff. But mine is a Windows 10, as I'm still saying Windows 10. So these are all the things that I can do. If I come to my account, I have other account that I can use to click. Alright, so I'm done with this angle. Then the next one that I want us to go through is system manager. Now if you want to do a task manager or check your system specifications, how are you going to do that? Now let me click on this Explorer folder here. Now if I click on the Explorer folder here, I will just have to come to my computer. So if I come to my computer, these are the things, the drives and the CD drives in there. So these are the drives that I'm having. But assuming you want to know the specification, I'm talking about the hard drive, the processor speed and everything. So when you come to this computer or my computer, just have to right click on it. Then you choose property. So the property will give you the idea of the versions of the version of the computer, the processor speed, the memory speed, the system type, whether 30. So all these things you can get it here. So let's go through one by one. The first one says Windows Edition. So I'm using Windows 10 Enterprise, original Windows 10. So you can find it in here. Then the system brand name, Lenovo. Then when I come to the Lenovo section, I have Core i3. The speed is 2.4 times 2, so it's 2. So when I add it, I have what 4.8 gigahertz speed. Then when it comes to the memory speed too, I have 4.0 gigabyte. That is also what cool because I can run it to do other activities. Now I have the system type, the operating system type. I'm using 64-bit operating system. We have a lower version which is the 32. You can also use that method. Then when it comes to the computer, the main name and other activities, you can find it here that the computer has been customized it into my name. So you can also do that on your own by using this settings at the right corner here. Then when it comes to the Windows activation tool, you can see that the Windows is activated, and this is the product key for this Windows 10 that I'm using. And if you want to make changes, you have the changes option in here, so you can also do those changes in there. Now let's go further into the system. We have device manager. Device manager, as I made mention, you can find it at the control panel. So if I click the control panel, it gives me access to know the drivers and the other activities, whether this drivers is off or not. If you can remember, the device manager gives me access to know all those things. So I'll go back, then I'll click on the remote settings. The remote settings is it's not necessary for now because we are not connected to we are not connected to a main system that about 5 or 6 machines are connected to one system unit. So for that one, I cannot have access to those activities in there for now. Then system protection. System protection also gives you other things that it can do. So if you go to the system protection or system properties, it gives you all those things. Whether you can see that my hard drive, it says the protection is off. So if I want to turn it off, I can even turn it on so that my hard drive will be protected. Then when you go to other option, which is the advanced, you have other settings that you can do. If you can find setup and recovery, we did it at the control panel, so you will find the same thing over here. Now let's go to the hardware. There's the device in the system, so you have it in here. Then the computer name, as you saw it over here. So the computer name and this is almost the same thing. So the computer properties or the properties for it, you have access to a lot of things that you can do. When you go to your advanced, you have another settings in there. We've already passed through all these things here. So if you want to check the specs or the specifications of your computer, this is the procedure. You right click on your computer, you choose properties, then the properties will give you those features that you want to know. So these are all the things that you want to know. Then knowing your hard disk size, immediately you double click on your computer icon, it will open and gives you the size of your hard disk. Me, I'm using the lowest version because of I've used the terabyte as a standard drive, and I'm using this one as my normal. So I do not have any problem. I have all my files on that standard drive. So you can also create a standard drive for you to copy all your files on that system. So this is how you can check your computer specifications. We've already gone through a lot, and I think we're going to end our lesson here, and we're going through some different lessons when you have the security and cyberspace. So if you want to learn more about computer, just get to us and we'll help you to know more about the computer. We have various programs for you. So if you want to know something about repairing a computer, connecting to the network, designing a poster or a banner, designing a website, designing a mobile application, specifically Android app, just get to us and it will help you All you have to do is just what, pay a little fund. Now we'll be putting with with raising a discount on any program that you choose, and very soon we'll be putting it on our platform for you to see. So we will end our lesson here and see you in our next lesson. Have a nice day.